it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 6 in the 2022 Countdown to Christmas series, and we're going to be making a slimline card that's pictured here. So we are going to be using the MFT stamp set Christmas Selfies, and this is an older set that I've had for a little while. I believe I used it last year in my Christmas series, as well as a square die, and I believe this one is from Recollections. If you don't have a square die, what you can do is cut down the paper to a little bit larger than the size of the stamped image if you're going to try to recreate this card. So this one is one you need very minimal supplies for. I am stamping it in some Lawn Fawn jet black ink, and you'll see here that I didn't have the magnets down very well. These tiny magnets are from the dry eraser that you'll see me use in a minute to put pressure on top of the Stamp Perfect lid. It's funny because I didn't realize there were magnets inside of it, and when one of the girls was using the Misty like a year or so ago, it kept moving some of the magnets inside and I couldn't figure out why. It was because of the magnets in the eraser. So I opened it up, pulled those little magnets out, and it's great for holding pieces in place like this. So there's going to be 3 images from the stamp set that I stamp out, and you'll see them here. One is just the elf, one is Santa and the reindeer, and the third one is Santa, the elf, and the reindeer. So I'm going to color these in with some Copic markers, and I'm using R37, R46, R17, and I believe there's another one. I try to put the caps up there, but that's kind of my go-to Copic markers for reds. I did color in that first Santa, and I wasn't happy with the way he was colored in first, and then I brought in this one, R59, and as the darkest color, and it just added a lot more depth to it. And then I went back over it with one of the lightest markers and kind of blended everything out, because there is a big difference between the R46 and I think it's the R17, the lipstick one. So there was a pretty big difference between the lightest and the darkest, and the lightest just kind of went back over it until I was happy with the results. And that's generally what I do. Like I said, I'm not great with Copic coloring. I just kind of go ahead and do what feels natural to me, or I do it until I get a result that I'm happy with. So I left in a lot of the coloring because this was a Copic coloring intense project. And so while I'm doing that, I'll give you a little bit of a story time. So the last you heard that I had Mila on Friday, and then Saturday my brother and sister-in-law picked me up and we went to one of their friends has a fun center a couple of towns away from where we live, and it was really cute. They do this little Halloween train where you go around and they've decorated it, and there are little bounce houses and things like that. So a couple years ago, my sister's twins were asked to be in a promotional video for them, and they did that. I think they did 2 Christmas ones and a Halloween one, and then last Halloween, my sister-in-law and brother were asked to be in there. So for this fun center, my nieces are super, they're celebrities down there, so it was cute. We walked in, and the daughter of the people that owns it is friends with my sister-in-law and brother. So she was talking to us, and then people noticed, and it was funny because it's not that they treated anybody any differently, because everybody was so super sweet and kind. Her mom was dressed up as the witch, and you could go up to the witch's house, and they did a little bit of trick-or-treating. So the kids were absolutely in love with it. But the thing that I found the funniest is there was all these inflatables. There was a bounce house inflatable. There was an inflatable slide. There was an inflatable obstacle course. There was an inflatable corn maze. They had pumpkin picking. They had a couple of things that the kids could climb on. This wooden train that was really, really cute. It had a bunch of different compartments in it, and you could drive the train. There was a tractor that you could pretend to drive. And then there was a pile of sand. And it was like every kid was just drawn to this pile of sand. And it's like, don't you have sand at home? Like, there's all these other things. And no lie, I feel like I saw every single kid in this pile of sand that was just there. And it just made me laugh because, none of the parents wanted their kids in the sand. They're like, go play, go do all this stuff. There's a lot of different activities. They even had those wooden cutouts where you could stick your head in it and take pictures. There was a bat, a cat, I think Frankenstein, and a witch. So there were so many different things that you could do, but the kids all just wanted to play in the sand. And then we met up with friends from that were in my brother and sister-in-law's wedding. I've known the husband since, my goodness, we were very, very little. He went to college with me. He's my brother's age, but he went to the same college as me. We're all in the same industry, my brother, him, and myself. So it was good to catch up with them and their 2 little kids, and they're so, so cute. So we had dinner down there, and it's really cute that they have boozy milkshakes, which I didn't get to try one of these this time. I definitely will when I go back. But I had a pumpkin pie martini that had rum chata in it, and it had a cinnamon sugar rim. Fantastic. So we had a really great time yesterday. We spent a lot more time than we thought. I didn't get home until like 8 o'clock last night. But the place is really cute, so everybody had a great time, and it was nice to hang out with my brother and sister-in-law and some of their friends that I haven't seen in a while. So it was just nice to be out. It was a beautiful day. The weather was so gorgeous, and we only needed jackets on when we left. So it was really, really a beautiful day. It was a fantastic day to be outside and doing stuff outside. It's really cute. They also will change it over right after Halloween. They do the Christmas one, like I told you, that the twins and my sister and brother-in-law did the video for. So they do a Christmas train, which is really cute. From the pictures that I've seen and the promotional video. Obviously, this is the first time I was there, so I haven't actually seen it in person, but I did see they had like a big storage unit with all the Christmas decorations in it, and they also do something for Easter too. So it's really, really cute that they do all of this stuff, and I think it's fairly inexpensive to go. And of course, when we ate dinner in what's called the gutter. So they have a bowling alley. So there's the pin deck, and then there's the gutter room in the back, which is where we were. And it's not typical bowling food. They had hamburgers and crab cakes and things like that. So the 2 friends got salads with crab cakes in it. My sister-in-law got a chicken sandwich. My brother got some kind of chicken sandwich. I got a hamburger. The kids got obviously like chicken fingers and French fries, all 4 of the kids. And but it was, the chef makes everything from scratch. So it's a lot more elevated than, the nachos and the wings and stuff that you would normally get at a bowling alley. And then, the boozy drinks, and, they have alcohol there outside of the milkshakes and then the specialty drinks. So it was really, really cute. I definitely would go back. The girls wanted to go bowling, but it was so late by the time we had finished dinner up and got ready to leave. It was, and it takes us about 40 minutes to get home. So we decided not to do bowling this time, but I think we'll go back and do bowling because it's a really cute place. And I'm doing this voiceover on Sunday night, getting ready for work tomorrow morning. So the Sunday scaries have set in. I am working 4 days this week. I will have off on Friday. I have off pretty much every Friday for the rest of the year, which is fantastic, but it just means that I didn't take vacation pretty much the whole entire year. So I'm using it all at the very end. So it makes it for a great short work week, but a lot has to be packed into those 4 days. Okay, so back to the card. There are the 3 pictures colored up, and now my favorite part is going in and adding those finalized details. So I'm taking an R20 Copic marker and adding some rosy cheeks to all of the characters, and then using my white gel pen to add 3 little dots to all of their cheeks. It just gives them a little bit more character. I do believe that some of these, I think I might have even put eyelashes on, like just trying to find ways to make them a little bit more personalized or to change them up a little bit. I added white dots to their eyes and then also went around the eyes and added some of that white gel pen in, because I think that adds to the, just in case I got a little bit of Copic marker inside of it. And I did take a brush, and like a black brush marker, and go over the black dots in the eyes and then put the white dots in. Added some eyelashes to some of the characters. There you go. I'm adding the eyelash. I was like, I thought I added eyelashes to them. Yeah, just to give them a little bit more personality, a little bit more character. I just went in and added lashes to some of the characters. And that is just a black brush marker. I don't even know where it's from. I think I got it from clearance from, I don't know, maybe Michael's at one point, or AC Moore. So now I thought I was finished putting detail in, but I forgot I wanted to add a little bit of highlights to some of the characters, to the noses, to the beard, just places where there would be a little bit of a highlight, to the ornament. And then we are going to go in with some sparkle, because it wouldn't be a me card without some sparkle. So I took my Spectrum Noir pen and added a little bit of the clear sparkle to the ornament. And then I'm going to take my Ranger sparkle pen and go around all of the trim on the hats. Going to go around the fur on the cuffs for Santa's suit, as well as his the rim of the hat, and the little cotton ball that's like on the top of on the bottom of the hat, I guess, on that little ball that's on the left. And then I do realize that I forgot to color in the reindeer antlers, so I will do that. So you see here, I was fixing a mistake. I accidentally got some of that Lawn Fawn sparkle pen onto the elves' hair. So I took that pokey tool from Tim Holtz and just went ahead and took off that little layer, just kind of pushed it back onto the hat, because I didn't want his hair to be sparkly. Really easy fixes. Usually pretty much anything that you do, any kind of mistake you make, can kind of be corrected. I did go back in with a white gel pen and go around some of the edges to clean them up, because I was not the neatest with Copic marker coloring. So some of the marker did get outside of the images. I did these all before I left yesterday, and then I did the sentiment and the assembly of the card later, so you're going to see a change of outfit, but that's what happened. So I took one of the sentiments from that Christmas selfie set, and I'm going to use some elf green ink from MFT to ink it up and stamp it down onto a piece of red cardstock, and that is the length of the card front. So you can see the panel on the left-hand side. I'm going to be adding, this is the panel that's going to go on the front, and I'm going to go around the edges with some Distress Oxide and Rustic Wilderness to just add a little bit of interest to that pattern paper. I love doing that to give it a little bit, I guess, depth and dimension, get a little bit more of interest. I'm using my ATG to add glue to the back of this piece, and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to mess up. It's not going to be down correctly. And then I'm going to take it up and I'm going to tear the piece. The assembly was a little bit difficult. I don't know what was wrong with me. I could not get anything. I made a couple of cards today, and I could not get anything assembled right the first time. So we did a lot of card surgery. You can see here, you're never going to be able to tell once the card is fully assembled. But you see on the left-hand side, I did, where my thumb is right there, I did rip the paper. I'm actually going to use some honeybee glue to glue it back down. I thought that I could use a picture to hide it, but we're going to use something else to hide it. But even at that, I don't think if you didn't see the video, I don't think you would really notice that once the card is fully assembled. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put them on an angle or if I wanted to put them on in a straight line. Originally, what I had wanted to do was take the Polaroid die and make these Polaroids on the front, but I would have only been able to use 2 of them, and I wanted to do the odd numbers, so I decided to just go with these squares. I'm going to go ahead and take my ATG gun and put the sentiment on first, and then I am going to glue on the bottom picture because I want to make sure that I have enough room to have all 3 of them on there and spaced evenly, or as evenly as I could. I eyeballed it. I didn't do any precise measuring, but with all 3 of those down, I put glue on the back of the 3rd one, put that on, did glue on the back of the 1st one, and then that way I'm going to be able to make sure that I center that middle one pretty well in between those 2. I'm using my ATG for the 2nd and 3rd ones that I put on there because the glue just wasn't coming out enough. It was coming out very little for some reason. I don't know. I was having a hard time with my hand and squeezing the glue. Now I'm going to go through this Sassy and Crafty pack that I have. It's been in my stash for a while. Sassy and Crafty has been closed for probably about a year now, and I am trying to use up my supplies. So some of these things were scraps, like the paper that I cut out the Polaroids on, or the squares on. Those were scraps of paper. That background paper was a scrap of paper. And then these are just ones that I've had lying in my stash for a while, these buttons, and I thought, hey, let's use them. I was going to go ahead and use it on the reindeer's nose, but I thought I did a good job of coloring. I like the shading on that, and I like the highlight, so I said forget about it. I probably will use it as a Rudolph's nose in another project, maybe something with the girls. So I used 2 green and 1 red button and glued those down with the Honeybee Be Creative glue. And then my card is entirely done. So that's the card for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you check out the intro video if you haven't already done that for the giveaway for the entire series. And I'll see you guys again real soon for another video. Bye!